Welcome back to the League of Hustlers. I'm your co-host HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and this is where we prepare to prosper. All right, League of Hustlers, man. Today we wanted to let you guys know about where we are with the Dream Stream strategy. All right, the Dream Stream strategy. If you have not checked out that playlist, that series, I need you to go and check it out. The Dream Stream strategy series could be the most important thing that you watch in your entire life. And I say that with a straight face. Why? Because following the strategy that's in place that we meticulously created in the Dream Stream strategy allowed me personally, and I'm sure CD would attest to the same, to exponentially change our lives. All right? I'm going to just preface it with that. You need to watch it. Right? But we wanted to come with this episode to let you know where we are in the process of releasing it, right? And yeah, we're getting super duper close. We saw some things we needed to go back in and tweak a little bit and just make it one of the dopest wealth building strategies ever. And I'll stand on that. And you'll see why we stand on that. All right?
Right, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's it's one of those things. Like we're making adjustments and preparing to deliver an amazing product, and not just a product, just an overall strategy, a value-packed tool that we'll be able to use over time.
Right.
And we're going to share it with you. You'll be able to use over time. And I don't think it's even a one-stop shop thing. We could release it now because I get a feeling that we'll be constantly working, editing, adding, upgrading, and adding more value to it as we gain essentially more experience, you know what I mean? And kind of tweaking the different sections of it. And things change, you know what I mean? When you're talking about economy, finance, money, everything changes over time. So if you find yourself in a position where, this year I sold a lot of bubble gum and it worked out just great. And next year they pass laws and bubble gum is outlawed, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes this journey of wealth, sometimes it's a moving target, you know what I mean? So just keeping that in mind, man. So I think, it's a process and it's something to always be making progress towards.
Right. And I'll say this. This was created. I'll put it like this. I don't know you. I really don't. Right? Maybe I do, maybe I don't, right? But the majority of the people watching, I don't know you, right? And I don't know your work ethic. I don't know your background. I don't know probably anything about you, right? This wasn't created for you, okay? And I'm not saying that, to sound like a jerk, but I'm saying that to say that who it was created for, all right? We created this for our kids. We created this for our kids' kids and their kids. We set out to create something that our legacy can stand on, can refer to whenever they're in dire straits, or whenever they want to excel, whenever they want to exceed, whenever they want to build wealth. That's how serious this is. That's the amount of care that we're putting into this. All right. So we don't know you, you know what I mean? And so we don't know how serious you'll take it, blah, blah, blah. But what we do know is that we're creating this for our legacy. We're creating this for our seed. And I'll say this, it ain't even for all of them. Because some of them, just strictly from a numbers game, aren't going to be in the right mind space or have the discipline to pursue it.
Right.
We're creating this for our seeds, our legacy that do have that mind state, that do have that drive, that do want, right, a life of financial freedom. That's who we're creating this for. So I say all of that to say that we're not just haphazardly putting this together. We're putting this together with love, with care. We're trying to make it make sense. We're trying to make it, well, we're not even trying, we are making it timeless. It doesn't matter what the times are. You can apply these principles at any given point in time, in the future, and even now. So just understand that we're creating this with love, with care, all right? And it's so monumental and it's so pivotal that we wanted to reiterate that and, admonish you to go ahead, get subscribed, go ahead, get on the email list. So when it drops, you'll be the first to know. All right. So jumping right into it, to give a recap about what it's about. First off, understand who we are. We talk about mindset and financial freedom, okay, on the podcast. We are an award-winning podcast. You're not dealing with just some random Joes out here, okay? And we're in the 3rd season, but we're about to scrap the seasons. We don't even care about seasons anymore. We're just going to bring you consistently great content, all right? Now, what is the Dream Stream Strategy? The Dream Stream Strategy is an easy-to-follow workbook. It's something you can work through, okay, that walks you through creating, mastering, and maintaining multiple streams of income. It helps you define achievable dreams, choose your perfect opportunity, keyword your, and plan your strategy, and systemize your success so that you can enjoy the life of your dreams. All right, this is timeless stuff. And CD, I want you to just go through what they're getting in each of these.
All right, guys, this is it. This is kind of like the 1,000-foot view of the overall strategy. All right, number one, visualize success. You got to start off with your destination in mind. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? The next thing we do is take account. Where are we now? We have to understand where we are now so that we can correctly map out where we're going. Next thing we're going to do is bridge that gap, the difference between where we are now and where we're going. We need to be able to bridge that gap. Next, we select the opportunity. What opportunity? And this is a really important section here. All right. If you're trying to get from coast to coast, East Coast to West Coast, a pair of Nikes might not be the best opportunity. It'll take you forever to walk from, Florida to, California or Washington State. That might not be the best opportunity for you. So that's a very important section. But after choosing your opportunity to help you bridge that gap, to help you get to your destination, plan, plot, and strategize. We give you an exact blueprint of how to and what things you need to consider to actually execute on this opportunity, which just happens to be the very next step, execute. So now we get to task management and then a lot of skill sets basically that you need to have to execute on what we planned out in the previous step. Simplify and systemize. Essentially, the execution of that, we need to be able to simplify and systemize the process enough so that we can literally turn this into a stream. And so it's not just a job. All right. We don't want to continue building jobs for ourselves because with jobs, you're working and you're getting paid based on your time. We need to be able to develop streams so that we can maximize our throughput and income. So we got to simplify and systemize this thing so that at some point we can kind of walk away and continue to let that stream generate revenue for us. Next thing we need to do is find a way to fine tune it, maintain and optimize. That's basically, making sure it stays functional. Make sure it's the same way you Make sure that your car is continuing to work. Make sure you're doing the regular maintenance on your home so it doesn't just fall apart, because these things you need them essentially. So we're going to take care of the stream that we're building. We're going to maintain and optimize it. After we're generating revenue, we need to allocate our resources appropriately. It's going to be great. All right. You got all this new money coming in. It's really cool. You can now go out and, spend a couple $100 here, spend $1,000. Like, you can actually just kind of, you can do some things that maybe you haven't been doing before. But it's very important for you to allocate your resources appropriately. In order to grow this stream even bigger, you may need to reinvest back in the business. You're going to need to put some money to the side for taxes. You may need to save a little bit for a rainy day. You may need to allocate to better tools and resources, whatever the case may be. But we give you kind of some insight on the things that you can be looking at to allocate your resources. And by the time you've done all of this, the last step is realizing success. Looking back at what we visualized in step one, seeing it come to fruition, and then taking in that moment of understanding that we did this. And guess what? Not only did we do it, we can do it again. And that's what we have to do, because this is all about building multiple streams. So now that we've completed that process, we go back, start from the beginning, and we do it again. And guess what? League of Hustlers, for us, this is a lifestyle, okay? So you're constantly going to be building streams, systemizing them, optimizing them, maintaining them, allocating resources, doing it again, and doing it again, guys. The average millionaire, I think they say 7 to 8 streams of income. I don't know what your vision is. You may not feel like you need to be a millionaire, but I do know that you do need some sort of income. And if you're living, on this earth, you got to live somewhere. You got to pay to eat. You got to, if you're part of the system, you have to operate and function in it. So that's it, guys. That's a 1,000-foot view. Definitely we have some deep dive episodes that go into each one of those sections a little bit more, but you definitely want to stay in tune, to stay locked in, subscribe to the channel, shop.leagueofhustlers.com. Get on the list there so that you can get the real information about everything that the Dream Stream strategy has to offer. It's the number one wealth building strategy.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on all of that, each one of those are complemented by a worksheet or two, okay? That's going to allow you to work through it. So anytime you're setting up a new stream that's going to pay for your dream, you can work through those worksheets, right? Download it, work through it, do it online, right? Work through those worksheets, fill them out each step of the way. Again, this is serious business. I know we joke a lot sometimes on the channel. We have fun and stuff like that, but look around right now. Like I said earlier, it's tough out here for some folks, right? And that's a lot of it boils down to the fact that they only have one stream of income, right? You have to have multiple streams, whether it's active or passive. You have to have multiple streams of income. It's critical. We're dealing with inflation. We're dealing with this. We're dealing with that. So you need multiple streams. And more than anything outside of that, you need the knowledge of how to build those multiple streams. You need a system. You need a strategy on building those. And that's what the Dream Stream strategy is. All right. It is a strategy that teaches you how to create, master, and maintain multiple streams of income. Focus on one, set it up, build it up, get it automated, get it making money in your sleep where you can take your hands off of it. Yeah, you're going to have to go in and tweak it, make changes, whatever, optimize it. And that's why we talk about that in the strategy. We teach you how to systemize it, teach you how to optimize it, teach you how to maintain it, teach you how to reinvest. All right. And that's it. That's how you survive the droughts. You have to have a store up, right? You have to have something set aside. This is how you survive the droughts. All right. So stay locked in. Understand that this Dream Stream strategy is a workbook that you will have to work. It's not something that you're just going to, put a key in and turn and automatically it works. It's not a microwave, right? It's not a microwave strategy, right? It is a strategy that you're going to have to work. That's why we created a workbook. No frills, no just random book with a bunch of, with a bunch of words about, theories and stuff.
Instant success,
Right. Like, get out of here, man. No 3-step, whatever, right? This is a strategy, right? A workbook that you will be able to work through each and every time that you create a new income stream. All right. So just keep that in mind. If this is something that you are interested in, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and get on the email list. Go to shop.leagueofhustlers.com. All right. And get on the email list. I will throw it up on the screen. All right. Shop.leagueofhustlers.com. We have free downloads there. We have gear there. If you want to pick something up, feel free. But get on the email list on that site. Okay. And stay locked in, because I'm telling you, when this thing drops, it's going to be so beneficial for you. All right. Especially if you haven't even created one. Right. Especially if you're into creating side hustles. You want that extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. Right. I ain't even going to tell you what my goal is, but if you're interested in creating multiple streams of income, right? And you've been looking and everybody has been telling you how it's so important and you got to have multiple, but nobody's telling you how to do it. You found the place. We're the ones that's going to show you and walk you through how to create those multiple streams of income. All right. So stay locked in, get on the list. That's all for this episode. Nothing left. You have anything else for him, bro?
We out.
Just like that.